Class example 3.2.6. Which graph best represents a person's height as the person ages? And explain your choice. Okay, so let's just think logically here. We grow a lot when we are first born up until, depending on the person, usually around like 18 years old. Now, I stopped growing when I was 13. I'm the same height as when I was in the 6th grade, but that's not a big deal. I'll get over it. We do know that usually when we think about height and growth, we are at about age 18, maybe 17, 16, maybe 19. We stop growing for quite a long time. And then as we get a little bit older, we do start to shrink a little bit. So there's a constant set of years though. So let's just look at this first graph. It looks like, okay, well, if I was to break this apart and if I said, okay, maybe I lived till I was 80, and I'm going to pretend that this is about 40 and 80. And so it looks like here, this would I'd be growing to about 20, that's fine. But immediately after I stopped growing, it means that I would be shrinking. I'm not quite sure about that one. Okay, again, maybe this one I'm more, this one looks like I'm living till 90. So maybe at about 45, which is about halfway here. Okay, that makes sense. This looks like, well, maybe about 20 years old. So it looks like I'm growing, then I'm growing a little bit more. Then I'm staying constant for quite a long time. And then I start to slightly decrease as I get a little bit older. This one so far is not bad. This one, I don't grow and then begin to shrink immediately. I'm still the same height as when I was 13. Okay, next one here. This one looks like we are very, very slowly growing at the beginning, and then we have really, really rapid growth, and as soon as our growth is finished, we start to shrink again, which we kind of already claimed was not a very good representation. But this also looks, let's say maybe only 80 here, it also looks like I'm still growing past the age of 40. I don't think that's true. Okay, and this one here, okay, so maybe I'm like, I don't know, 90, let's say again, and I'm going to go to about 45 here, and it looks like that could be around 20, so that kind of makes sense with regards to its growth. But then it's kind of saying I've got a plateau, and then I peak, and then I'm slowly heading down. There's no constant height here. Like even on your driver's license, you have some sort of constant height here. So I'm going to say graph B is the best representation of a person's height as they age.